And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly.
Am I the only host of The Bonfire who has ever had to, I believe it's now the third or fourth time, just go by myself? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. I think this happened with Dan before. I don't know if it happened with Bobby particularly, but this has happened before the guest host. Maybe Bobby?
Totally. No, Bobby was alone for a little bit, but he had somebody join him.
Well, Bobby was alone for a minute when I had to, the one time, go to the bathroom, and it was a problem.
Right.
So he did that. But I'm saying just start the show cold. Like, you had a whole plan. Hey, I'm like, hey, we have Ari Shaffir. By the way, that's who's late. Ari Shaffir. Sitting in for Bobby today at the Bonfire. Faction Talk Sirius XM 103. I'm Big J. Okerson. Robert Kelly off in comedy camp or dead in the woods. I said, you know what would be really funny? Let's do a heavy metal version of Hava Nagila when Ari comes in. And maybe he'll even be like, oh, look at that. And we'd have a little fun back and forth. And maybe even a conversation about heavy metal versions of religious songs being sacrilege. It could have went into a million avenues. Ari's balls could have been out by now. But here I sit. Jacob's off getting waters for a ghost. Waters for a man that isn't here. We have no Jacob in the room. Black Lou's out this week. Just DJ Lou and Christine. The two people who like talking the least on microphone.
And I don't even have my sounds because my computer's down.
And also, Lou's computer's down. Christine's got a busted monitor. Guys, they're killing it over here at Sirius XM. Let me talk to you, the consumer, right now. I don't know what you pay a year because they give it to me for free. But whatever you're paying, they are not putting into the infrastructure of broadcast. I'll tell you what they're doing, and they're doing a fantastic job of it. Giving radio stations to everybody. I say, call her daddy if we could drop 10 mil. Let's get her $115 million, and we take 10 million of those dollars, and really, my thing would say, get these motherfuckers running on Apple. Call me an Apple guy. If you want to say that about me, maybe it's the case. But everything in here is from companies that make my TV, and I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. This is satellite broadcasting. Lou can't find songs on the Prof system. Is that what it's called?
It used to be called Profit. It's called Zeta now.
On the Zeta, it's wacky. I know the technician guys here so well. Now, have I ever taken the time to learn their names? No, I haven't, Lou. I'm not crossing that line. You blur that line, things start getting dicey. But I know there's the Asian guy who likes to stare and look at stuff. Sometimes he used to bring in that other guy. Puppy Baby Monkey used to get it done. Yes. That guy did get it done, but I mean, we saw him so much on the most basic of like, hey, this computer I use every day, it is now not working at all again. Christine's computer monitors were hammered into the ground like cartoon spikes. And now probably whatever smashed them into the ground is what made that monitor wonky, is what I would guess. What's wrong with the monitor, Christine?
It's just,
give your grievances.
It's blurry, but
Jim,
it's
get
not...
your spiral notebook out. Take this to the meeting for me.
It's not just today. This is something that happens from time to time where the monitor that you guys see, this is the monitor that feeds for you to look at things, just goes blurry. It goes fuzzy, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it yet.
Jacob, you went to go get waters for a Jewish ghost. He's not even here. The show's on, by the way, so don't start confessing the gay stuff. I know before the show you just come in, and part of your pre-show mantra is to scream out all the gay stuff you've done that you don't want us to ever tell anybody. So if you could save that today.
I would insert Jacob gay drops here.
Yeah, there would be so many gay drops here, but Lou's computer doesn't work.
Where are your drops?
They're right there in that dark screen that doesn't work.
Why is it not on?
Because Marquise, see, I know their names. Marquise.
No, I know Marquise. He's the cool black guy that was under Christine's console yesterday.
That's right. He's under mine now.
Oh, Mahoney.
Wait, he's here? No, he's not here.
Yeah, he went to go get some more.
Now he's going to get into your console.
Yes.
Where's Maurice? He went to go get what monitors?
What a studio, huh? I'm honest to God, have you ever seen anything like
no,
the
man.
stuff that doesn't work in this room?
This is a bad studio. It's a bad studio. We were run out of every studio we've ever been in. by somebody with turntables.
Yeah.
Would this be the first studio? If the turntables showed up, you'd be like, okay.
I want to say we've over the years, I think we've been like 7 studios we've been pushed out of.
Oh, easy. Yeah,
easy.
for sure. I loved Radio Andy.
That was great, yeah.
I got very attached to Radio Andy. Ari Shaffir.
What up, dog?
I know, dude. You're riding that Yankees high.
What up?
Yeah, there you go. Nagila Hava, Nagila Hava, Nagila.
Bold like intro to that.
Dude, I opened the show with it. It would have been such a moment if you were here.
Yeah. What was it?
Heavy metal Hava Nagila's playing.
I was on a big kick of punk covers of Hava Nagila. It's a really good one by like a surf punk band. Maybe me first in the game.
Well, this is metal. Put your cans on, you'll be able to hear.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah. Pop them shits on. Is that really how Aaron Judge is spelled?
Nope. Misprint. Bodega. $10. Googe.
Okay.
It's our year. It's Googe.
I would just assume that I know so little about baseball that I assumed
He hit a
this
big
was
home
wrong.
run last year, buddy.
The Gucci.
Googe.
The Gucci.
Yeah.
Ari Shaffir, he's going to be on the farewell tour with dates coming up in Atlanta, Seattle, Calgary, Portland, Brea, Vancouver, Edmonton, Portland, Denver, and so much more. For tickets and all tour dates, visit arishafir.com. Christine, this video, I would say this screen's blurry too. Am I nuts?
No,
It's a little blurry.
This is a screen that's blurry because this connects to that. Right.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm seeing the blurriness
You're
of this.
seeing the blurriness of this.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Make sure you check out Ari's brand new show, You Be Trippin', at youtube.com/@Ari Shaffir.
It's my pre-sale today.
Yeah?
So you use the promo code Ari today, and I guess tomorrow only.
Why are you
And then
calling it that? The farewell
pre-sale
tour?
because it's before the general on sale for most people.
Yeah.
Sale in general, things are up for sale.
The farewell tour?
I'm leaving.
I'll
That's
tell you
it.
this.
These are my only dates.
If you
Till
go right now
2027.
and use promo code Bonfire,
Yeah.
you are going to get tickets for 1/3 of the price. 1/3.
Oh my God.
He will drop it to 1/3 the price.
Fuck.
And a free T-shirt if you
Aw.
get that deal.
Now I'm losing money.
Pretty good.
Deal's a deal, though.
This isn't even working. He goes, you do love a bargain, though. Son of a bitch.
Why don't you have a sale? A what? A sale? A what? He goes, you ever go to a store and they have like a sale? Oh, I love sales. Why don't you have a sale? What is that?
What's a huh?
Do you remember that? Family Guy?
Yeah.
No, American. What was it, Family Guy? It was Family Guy.
Is this still the heavy metal version? Yeah. Turn it up. Punk covers do it. Does it have to be? Has somebody covered it?
What makes punk?
Wouldn't it be annoying if somebody covered it who wasn't Jewish? I'd be weirdly annoyed by that, and I don't even give a shit.
No, because I think the band Cake did a cover of Junri Means Fight for Life.
I hate them.
Well, they're
For
not
that
Asian.
reason.
Oh, really?
No.
Not Asian, didn't take self-defense classes. Do you remember those commercials? Junri means fight for might. Nobody bothered me. Nobody bothered me either.
No.
It's just Delaware and Maryland.
Maybe. I just remember that I always thought it was hilarious that Tiger Shulman was the most famous sensei in all of America. Uh-huh. And it's just Tiger Shulman. I mean, it's so close to my grandmother's maiden name.
He really leans on the tiger part of that.
Yeah, he's relying on Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger Shulman. You ever see his daughter?
No, she's hot. OnlyFans?
Not only hot,
Yeah.
but dangerous.
You remember this commercial?
Let me see.
You have to hear it.
When you take Junri self-defense, then you too can say,
Here it kicks in. Nobody bothers me. Nobody bothers me. Wait for the kids.
You're making it racist, which is great.
Oh, it'll be 1,000. It's Junri. What does it mean?
Junri means might for right.
Here we go.
Nobody buys me. Nobody buys me either.
Oh, man. Minutes after that daughter was sold and the son was building an iPhone.
It's still in Viagra in the streets of Bangkok right now. Really made something of herself.
Dude, local commercials are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Are You Garbage guys came in here with a great one for like a person, like a guy who just owned like a party place, where you could just do whatever, and it was so funny. It's obviously the creepiest guy and his big-titted wife, I think. It was such a odd situation. I'm glad you bring up old commercials like that, Ari, because I started flipping around YouTube today.
For commercials?
No, but I found a video, and me and you, our age is close enough that this is perfect for us. I stopped watching after 2 of the examples.
Yeah.
but I want to go through them with you on this YouTube video.
Let me get my good shot on for this.
It was good.
Good.
It's very now. We all know there's. As I started seeing, why I wanted to do this was because I feel like I did know all of the very special episodes of sitcoms when we were kids.
Fresh Prince, obviously.
Were you kept away? Were you kept away from sitcom stuff as a kid, or you were?
No, I was allowed. Just no shot with sitcom. So Dukes of Hazzard was a problem.
Gotcha. Friday night stuff.
Yeah. But
go back to the beginning.
Once it does reruns, that kid is getting beaten nice.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. They did a couple pedophile episodes of
Different Strokes had two. No.
It was that one guy.
One pedophile, one kidnapping. Different Strokes had two. But this has a list of very special episodes. And I wanted to go through it. Because I'll tell you what, the second one on the list, I would have been like, what was the special episode of this show? And then I saw what it was, and I go, oh, yeah, I remember this.
Can we pause for a second?
Of course.
You know how something like you take for granted when you're little, and then you get older, and you're like, you view it again for the first time 15 years, and you're like, oh, that's fake. That's not real.
Yeah.
Like the premieres of Flashdance and Footloose, people were dancing in the aisles in the movie theater. And then I'm old. I'm like, no, never. Where? Where are they doing that? For
Never
a movie they don't
happened,
know about yet.
No. No one got into movies that much.
Yeah. So here's my question.
Especially white people at Flashdance.
Yeah. Was there a setup to this old rich white guy getting two browns? Why?
Yes.
Why then?
Oh, I recall this.
Yeah, what was it? A cousin, a maid?
No, yes.
A maid.
Their mother was his maid.
Yeah.
And then she passed away.
Hold on. No, he didn't just lose weight, did he?
And he inherited the kid. No. And he
Wait. His mother was
No.
Wait.
Arnold and Willis's mom
was a maid.
Was Mr. Drummond's maid.
Yeah.
And then she died.
And he took the kids.
In because
out of an orphanage.
He's a pretty good guy.
They were already put into the system. He waited for a while. They were in the system.
No.
They weren't out of an orphanage?
Came right to his house. And I'll tell you this.
Interesting.
I'll tell you this right now.
Crazy though, a little bit crazy.
This story.
Did he have to go through proper channels and paperwork? Do you just get two kids?
He was a Fifth Avenue billionaire.
You can move stuff through the rank. Yeah, And you know who to talk to. Like, can you just speed this up?
But Mr. Drummond,
Mr. Drummond, can you please
taking in these kids? Unrealistic to say the least. Unless he was molesting them and selling them to his billionaire friends to have sex with at night.
Yeah, he did later get to that.
What you talking about, Jay?
What you talking about, Jay?
Yeah.
So go skip through the first one here. Let's get to what the first example is.
I mean,
here.
nothing is childproof in this
Gilligan's
house.
Island?
No. The first example, I believe, is Silver Spoons. Oh, no. Webster.
Hold on.
So to see if you remember what the Webster one was. Now, Webster, for anyone who doesn't remember out there,
it was Different Strokes.
Was Emmanuel Lewis. It was
a reboot of Different Strokes.
No, but it was another thing. It was
the GoBots, the Different Strokes Transformers.
Black kids with pituitary and kidney issues were all the rage in the 80s. I don't know why we loved it so much. Like a black kid that couldn't grow. Something about that made white people very comfortable.
It's the only thing I'm worried about. It's never going to be with it.
The fact that these black kids couldn't grow to anything terrifying, I guess, made us love them so much that white people would adopt them out of nowhere.
They went to the studios and goes, hey, how about a show with a black person? Like, people are going to be scared. Like, all right. Let's just a starter black. Let's get an incredibly tiny black who will not be able to get bigger.
Alfonso Ribeiro lucked out because he had the run with Silver Spoons for so long. And then they were like, he's about to become a scary black guy. And they go, oh, no, he didn't grow at all. And they go, he's Carlton. Make him Carlton. Yeah. And he got a whole second life. God bless him.
Way out on the...
Absolutely well.
Just go this
so
way.
See if you can remember. I know this one already, so I have the answer. If you could remember the Webster special episode. Because this one I didn't remember.
Nothing's coming to me. I'm remembering the parents now. Also weird. Mustache up on all of them.
So it's you can let her play it. Give the credit to the YouTube person because I want to make sure they get their
my
shit.
My so-called
Gen X life.
I mean, every episode of My So-Called Life was a very special episode.
Oh yes, but that's for sure.
Not
But that's going through her teenage years. She says Gen X. She's describing. She's right in my wheelhouse. I think she was born in '77, so it's like just enough where you're like, we know all these.
And we all saw the reruns all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter if you were there when it came out. It was on 50 times a week
constantly. Yeah. Absolutely. So go. So I'll tell you.
I don't remember this one.
So go. Let her explain it.
Couple Alex Karras and Susan Clark, who adopt their adorable godchild, played by Emmanuel Lewis, after his parents pass away in a car accident. Shortly into the second season, there was a scary episode where Webster accidentally burned down the family's high-rise
that's not
Chicago
what it
apartment
is.
with a
That's not what it is. It's not about the fire safety episode. Their special episode is made. I'm surprised. I want to see how dark these go. I mean, I know that Dudley got fingered by Mr. Carlson, but I don't know how dark the rest of them goes. They're opening up. This one's pretty fucking dark, the Webster
Also,
one.
that this is not a deal breaker. You are adopting your somebody, the maid's kid or whoever's kid.
Now, Webster was just, I don't know.
A friend's kid, right? Is that what he said?
That's not, his parents died in a car accident, but it didn't say how they knew the parents.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to do the right thing and taking this fucking...
They were the ones that killed the parents in the car accident.
Oh, that would have to be it. That'd have to be it. Because otherwise, okay, I'm taking a chance. He did start a fire and burn down our high-rise apartment. You know what? We tried.
We tried.
Tom, we tried.
We did our best.
We got to live our lives too, though, and this is never going to work.
Of all the problems, let me tell you something, ma'am
That's
and
a
George.
final
Ma'am and George.
Ma'am and George.
Of all the things I thought could go wrong here, none of them was that this little can't ever grow big black kid was going to burn our home down.
Yeah. Wet the bed? Was it going to be annoying already? Was it almost a deal breaker?
And what does he do on day 2?
Burns the fucking house down.
Wait, that's day 2?
Day 1's all cute.
Day 1 was all pictures on slides and holding them up and being like, he's 37 years old.
You gotta have him going, you got a fridge and a freezer?
I could sleep in both of those. Go ahead.
the science kit. There was also an episode where a kid who was living with his mom after a divorce was kidnapped by his dad. But they really went for it with a very special episode in season 2 titled The Uh-Oh Feeling.
This is
as the show begins,
crazy.
Whoa, pause. So it's a molestation.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
But let me tell you something. I've never seen, let me tell you something. This guy, this teacher.
How old is he here?
Well, no, he's not him.
45 there.
Yeah, or here, he's 52 years old. What is this, 1983? I'm going to say he's 51, 52 years old.
He was still complaining about the Brooklyn Dodgers moving. He was still sore about that.
Dude, he's made it through Jim Crow. He's been through so much already, this guy. No, it's a girl who gets molested. But what I want to say about this, what's going to make us all laugh, unfortunately, is that this is the most brave. This guy, this molester, he's on the most basic level. Like, let's wait till we're alone, quote unquote. But I'm not going to really do my due diligence to make sure no one's overhearing my extraordinarily loud advances.
Oh my God!
What?
Just a look both ways. What a day!
So
well, that was as much as you did.
I'll walk you through this here. So play. Webster's friends with a girl.
Live star Allison Sweeney. That he
probably likes her because he didn't know she was a slut.
Her name is Allison Sweeney. Yeah, she's Jenny.
As the unseen teacher dismisses the class, he tells Beth that he wants her to stay and sends Webster away.
But he comes.
I heard. But it's okay. My day is tomorrow. Yeah. Well, see ya.
Hold on. She's allowing it to happen to him, too. She thinks it's happening to him, too. She's like, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, tomorrow's your day.
Yeah. She's like, she's resigned to it. We can't get it out of our reality.
Oh.
We are the molested.
Absolutely. She's just like, well, this is what life is here, for sure.
Yeah.
This isn't day one.
Right.
Go on.
Oh, and close the door, honey.
Oh, and close the door, honey.
On his way
Oh, did you just tell Webster to leave? Close the door. This is private. He forgot, though, he had her. By the way,
Great
he had
lunchbox. Holy shit.
Yeah, but he had he forgot that he was carrying her belt full of books like she's Balky Bartakamos.
These fucking hipster parents.
Where is this?
They're trying to go back to the olden times always.
Your fucking belt of books?
These are the people that are ruining Brooklyn. People giving their kids those book bags now.
These are the people.
Oh, boy.
On his way out of school, Webster realizes he's still carrying Beth's books, so he goes back to the classroom and overhears Beth's objections to touching and tickling.
And I'm so proud of you. And now that we're friends, why not be a good little girl and give Mr. Totson a big hug?
Okay.
Oh, what a nice hug.
Thank you. Mr. Thompson, stop tickling me there.
Webster's quick thinking leads him to yell through the door to tell Beth that their ride is waiting.
But here's the part where I'm saying he's over. This guy does not have
Didn't
chill.
even hear him open the door.
No, this guy has no chill in his game. But watch, it gets worse.
Mr. Todson warns Beth.
Pause this. By the way, I
Wow.
don't mean it gets worse. The molestation gets worse.
His actions.
I mean how bad he is at molesting gets worse. Go ahead.
He's trying to get caught.
Their little secret, or else her parents won't like her anymore and she'll get into big trouble.
Beth, it's me, Webster. Ma'am and George outside. They came to pick us up. They said come right away. I'm coming.
Beth, this has got to be our little secret. Trust me, if you tell your mother and dad, they're not going to like you anymore, and they're going to be very mad at you.
Is he screaming? How is in the hallway you're hearing this at normal volume?
Webster's in a hallway through a classroom door. He's like, hey, don't tell anybody what I just did to you.
I believe this is over the speakers, the school speakers.
Oh, yeah. He was fucking on top of the hit. He accidentally hit the thing. No.
You've got to promise not to tell. But I'll get in trouble, please.
Damn, trouble sucks, huh?
Okay, I promise.
That night,
She goes, it's my job as an adult here to tell you. We're telling your parents.
Oh, boy.
You skip ahead to...
So what does he tell them?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
there's a national abuse. No, we should read
see,
this to the people.
Yeah, we should always see when they give the... how they flip over. Because that was... I mean, Ari, me and you got to witness together, not in real time, but in real time together rewatching the show.
What?
Johnny Depp's, I don't know a whole lot about AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, the speech he had to give after his I won't share a milk with you. First of all, I wouldn't share a milk with anybody.
I'm not sharing milk now with anyone.
A milk?
No way.
You don't share milk. Milk it's white. It's like white paint. Shows all the flaws. What happened?
If my nephew says, "Oh, you want to finish my?" No. Ugh.
You
Get more milk.
You want the rest of my milk?
I know a whole lot about
to-
AIDS.
When I was in 6th grade, I had to share my juice, but not because I wanted to. Reggie Johnson took it and spit in it and said, "Here, you can have it back." And I said, "Oh no, you take it."
Oh
And
no!
This went
Reggie.
on for half a year.
What?
Every day?
You just took my juice. Went, you don't want this, do you? I went, no.
You just let him bully you out of your juice every day?
His name was what? His name was what?
he could wreck me.
Reggie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did the right thing.
It wasn't just me. Reggie, he could have killed everyone in the school.
How?
And if you
my
dare
question-
to actually beat him up,
Yeah.
his brother would come to the school and kill you.
I got you. But if you have my thing is, and Jacob, this is maybe where
it
our
was a no-win
personalities differ,
situation.
and this isn't a
Tell.
This isn't a man. I'm not saying I couldn't have gotten bullied the same exact way. Where we differ was that what your internal zen is beautiful. I'd almost have to say, because if that was happening to me for 6 months, which was very possible, it could have.
Yeah.
Every day of my life would be dedicated from then on to like finding out a way to hurt him and his brother for the rest of their lives.
Here's what I would do.
They're
Two
both
things.
dead.
Nice.
One, I would try to avoid him at all
Coincidence?
costs. And if I saw him coming, I would slurp my juice as fast as possible. Two, here's my biggest question. How much does Reggie love juice?
God damn, that guy loved juice. And by the way, he didn't just love juice.
Mine.
He loved your juice. There was something sweeter about taking it.
My mom gave it to me with love.
Is he definitely dead for real?
Yeah, he died.
By the way, I'm not joking when I say this. It sounds like I'm being. It sounds like I'm making fun of you, but I'm not. I'm telling you, that would absolutely have meant something to me, especially grade school times.
Yeah.
That I was like, my mom worked really hard to make sure I had butterscotch crimpets in my lunch.
No, I mean I had fought him, but there was a cutoff. Like he just became massive, and it was there was nothing to be.
Oh yeah.
I hated
Early
myself for like
it sucks.
till I was in my 20s. I would still like should have beaten him up. I should have done something.
Him and his brother both dead.
Yeah,
Natural
I
causes,
actually
I'm
feel
guessing?
very bad because he had a bad life, but
How'd they die? Trying to save people in 9/11?
They died in a fire trying to save animals from a pet shop like Pee Wee, like Pee Wee Herman.
That's the best. Everyone's like, he was just an amazing dude, and Jacob was at home seething. I'm glad he's dead. I'm so glad he's dead.
Dude, it's the best.
Hero, godfather to my children. I'm so glad he's burning hell.
Fuck Reggie. He goes, Pastor Reggie?
The youth outreach basketball league?
The guy who built the shelter and got all the guns off the street? Yeah, that Reggie. This guy fucking stole my juice.
He made a new gang called Blips, and he brought them together.
How did they die?
I don't. It was after school. I'd heard about it. Like, I want to say it was almost 20 years after school. After high school,
But I'm saying
and I
that's pretty.
found out
But
they
it's got to be.
one
They're
of them
pretty
died
infamous
in-
dudes.
I'm almost positive he died from diabetes.
No,
the diabetes
from juice.
Word.
From so much juice.
He goes, that guy was more juice. That guy was more juice than water.
he
Called him
was-
Jose Canseco because there's just so much fucking juice.
He was so tough. He was like one of the. He was the best fighter in the school.
But no clue how they died. Either of them.
I think one of them was in jail. And Reggie, I think it was something like a brain aneurysm, maybe.
In jail.
No,
Oh.
I don't. I cannot remember. One
The
of the
other one
brothers
died,
was,
and the other one's in jail. Died from butt fuck.
I couldn't say. I couldn't say.
Well, but if he was so tough, maybe he did the fucking. Maybe he died from butt fuck that way. You know what I mean? The long game.
I'm afraid they were so
Yeah,
tough. I'm
it's-
afraid they'd come back as a ghost and wreck
it.
me for joking
For
about
saying
them.
about this right now?
Yes.
He's just in his bed.
Dude,
Like,
that'd
get
be
off
so-
my hair.
dude,
Stop. No,
that'd be
no.
so great in the morning. Jacob's just sitting at a table at his house, and his fucking and just like his juice cup just starts going down. It's like fucking Ghostbusters, like Dana's house.
It just pops over like. fuck
There
you.
is no Dana, only Reggie.
I watched, his brother, because Reggie got picked on once by like the quarterback, and it almost
Picked
ended
on?
Well, the quarterback actually fought Reggie, and it was kind of a draw.
Wow.
Although the quarterback held his own.
But Reggie never saw that coming. Reggie thought it was going to be a domination show all the time. That's the downfall of Reggie. That's what probably ended him with that aneurysm.
This is the same
No,
thing that happened to
and his
Kubiak
brother-
in Parker Lewis We Can't Lose, where
Yeah.
he eventually was challenged to realize he was just a paper tiger.
And just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that was
This is
the-
classic Kubiak from Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Karin Nemec's finest vehicle.
That was the only guy who I guess had the nerve to take him on. But then his brother heard that this had happened, and that quarterback made a mistake.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So wait, he took your juice in elementary school, and then it was still in
No, it
high
was
school. he was-
sixth grade, middle school.
Middle school.
Then he took your beers in high school.
He took your
Then he
chicks
took
in
your
college.
then he took your mom when you went to summer camp that one year. It's just
Such
You
a
know, like a
white city girl.
transition.
this
'cause
guy
we'd
just
actually hung
takes
out
and
as-
takes until somebody takes him. That's Dalton logic from Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Reggie was going to take and take until somebody takes him, and then they did. The diabetes gods, they took him.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
It's all right. dude.
Oh. Let's okay.
Let's go on. We can go. Let's
gotta give it up for the
let's make
hotline,
sure we
too.
get the hotline out there. If we are going to laugh at all
If
these
someone
special
abused
episodes.
was waiting for the hotline, it's coming still. It's coming.
Yeah. If your extraordinarily loud English teacher is fucking your child, and your child's, no one
Searching
says
for
does
help.
anything about it.
I promise.
If you
That
tell,
night, at dinner with George and Ma'am, Webster wasn't interested in talking about Mr. Todson. He went so far as to fake being sick to avoid going to school the next day, and ends up terrified in his closet, refusing
oh
to
shit,
go.
that means Webster thought the next day he
It
was
him.
going to get he was
Yeah,
going to get
exactly.
fucked.
My day's tomorrow.
Oh no, he's
I
like,
don't
you
wanna
know
get-
what? I'm feeling sick today.
I don't want to get tickled.
And when Webster's found by his parents, he finally tells them about his tutor.
He
And
kept
things
the
that
promise
son-
for under 24 hours. This little
He
bitch.
goes, son, go to school. You are 64 years old.
If not now, when?
I know your tiny clothes are adorable, but you are a 46-year-old man.
He finally tells them about his tutor.
And then he said, Moms and Daddies get mad, and Beth made me promise not to tell. And I did promise, and tomorrow was my turn, and today's tomorrow.
Oh, honey, I know. You must have been
Man,
very
I'll tell you what.
No,
Ma'am-
different
Ma'am's-
response.
Could Ma'am look more like the generic paintings that were in or posters that were in every single like hotel in the 80s? Just like a woman that would be wearing like black
Yeah.
and white sunglasses that have heavy like sharp
Big
edges
earrings.
on them. Yeah. She really had the
And what a dumb 80s girl haircut that was going around everywhere. One of the worst thing of the 80s.
it
That
re-
short fucking poofy haircut.
it made many pretty women
Not.
unnecessarily
Yes.
unattractive.
They all
man.
fucking Ellened out for no reason. A whole generation.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the lesbians were still laying low at this point, and they were influencing culture.
That's it. You're right. That's it.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
Lesbians,
looks like all
lesbians
of
are
those.
influencing culture. You're right. So come to us. We're not going to go to you.
Yeah. Just short hair and dumb
Just
fucking
Nagel.
hats.
Ugh.
The artist is defined.
That's what
What's
Sex
the
and
name
the
of the
City
artist?
thinks they are.
Patrick Nigel, yeah.
Close.
Close.
Easy. Just because Black Glue's not here doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want.
Still on the edge of fun. It was the danger of it.
So this little rat fucking gave away. Also, her reaction is not like, "Oh, honey, I'm." It's not like I'm scared. Someone else died in a bus accident. I don't want. She's like, "Oh no, we got to look into this." She'd be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Not, "Oh, honey, it happens, but it's just something we gotta." Very calm reaction.
And the dad's probably like, "This is the same motherfucker that burned our house down. We're gonna start listening to his bullshit now. Everything to take fucking attention
now
away
you're
from the fact that he burned the house down."
Every day it's something else with this kid.
Yeah, he goes, "Why did we take this kid? I'm sorry we killed your parents in that accident.
I'm so
okay,
sorry.
I'm sorry, but I can't anymore. You should just let him go in the woods, dude. Hope another family finds him."
It was dark. There weren't any street lights. They're black people.
Hey, can you guys help me? I'm a black person who's never gonna get scary big. Yeah, get over here. Yeah, I guess you could live with us forever. Do you look adorable on top of a slide? Oh my God, he does.
Man, can I put my hand in your titties? Just rest my
I hope
head.
you guys don't mind. I'm a 37-year-old man.
As George's anger swells, Webster says he's worried about getting into trouble for telling on his teacher, but his parents assure him that he did the right thing. Then
A different
they tell
time the
Beth's
80s
mom
was, by the way. I'd have said Webster's dad was fat.
Yeah.
I would describe Webster's dad as Alex
And
Karras.
now,
I know he's
not
like a
even
football. He's a former football player, but I mean, like, he's not even kind of fat.
Yeah, the fat back then. Well, look at Penhall too. It's like it's just not a fat of now.
Yeah,
it's just like standard. Like, no, he's big, but he's not like. Yeah,
It's
that's
'cause
an
everybody got
NFL
fat.
player. Everybody got so fat. They made it. They changed it. This is what they did with Magnum condoms too. Metzger can't fit into them anymore. And I'm like, your dick
they
grew
made them smaller.
because they made it smaller to make everyone feel like they're doing magnums. They did it with the SATs too. Everyone just gets 200 points higher. So my fucking 14, whatever 90 doesn't fucking mean shit anymore. But
1490.
Yeah, bro, I was smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get a 1490 on your SATs?
I don't remember, Jay. I know it was a good score. It actually might have been 1250. I think it was 1250.
That's more like it.
But it's like a now
1250 is a great score,
1450. But anyway, but also Magnum condoms are smaller, and fat people are fucking fatter now.
Oh yeah. Oh, the fat
There was
difference
nothing
is
like Tim
fat.
Dillon in the fucking shows before.
No. Tim Dillon, they
He
would
was
have
one you
been
couldn't
worried.
get.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "We can't do this movie because we can't get insurance."
I would have been, yeah.
You know, and now he's headlining things.
Buddy, am I heaviest? Am I heaviest for sure? In fact, right now, I'm big. Definitely bigger than Alex Karras in this.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Right now, and
But didn't they say that about John Candy? They was too fat to get insurance for movies, and it was at that size.
And then he died young of fat.
But he wasn't that fat.
No, he was
No,
fat.
in
Now,
the
John
last
Can-
movie, he was
John
obese.
Candy got
Let's see,
pretty,
Uncle
pretty
Buck.
big, yeah.
I bet Uncle Phil still seems
Going
fat.
West. The last movie he did, he was enormous.
No, Uncle Phil's fat too. Those guys who
Yeah,
have
he's
like
pretty
the
fat.
those guys who have the and they wear the pants across the belly is where you really see it too.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
place.
fat. He
That's
looks like John Panette.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, John
I take
Candy
it
was
back.
pretty
He was
fat.
fat always.
Yeah, he's fat.
And it probably made him so sad.
Give me your juice.
No.
It's my juice and I want it.
That's it, Jacob.
Christian, let's get to the hotline of Webster. We haven't even gotten to the second one that I said I remember.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to get
It's all
back
right.
hotline.
It's all right. It's a good show.
Somebody's being molested right now. Like, come on. I told you it was under 2 minutes I had to get this molesting happening.
Why do you think George was angry?
But she
Because he didn't know he could have gotten him some too.
Damn.
refuses to believe Webster's story.
Oh, pause,
Still,
pause.
George.
Wait, the dad doesn't believe
No,
him?
wait, don't move. No frame on this poster, huh? What
Yeah,
a rich
really?
family not to get their posters framed.
Yeah.
I know it's a kid's room.
No,
but
I think
a
there is
staple?
a frame.
Looks like a
It
staple.
looks like a white frame right there.
Oh, but it's one of those shitty ones you just put a poster frame in. And I'll be honest with you also.
Yeah.
The whole thing. First of all, the low coat hooks is hilarious.
Low coat hooks. Oh my god.
Hilarious. For a little Webster. This is little Webster's room, so everything's got to be reachable.
Yeah, what are they putting coats in his room for? You could put a coat by the door, not by your bed. He's not in a
They
hostel.
don't want their highfalutin friends to know that they've
adopted.
Yeah. Well, no, they want them to know. They show them like a showpiece. Like, look how wonderful we are. Now get back to your weird, your little tiny room with your tiny features.
Get back in your Harry Potter wing.
Yeah.
Under the steps with you, Munchkini.
But it is nice when you go, Webster, in that drawer you have 7,000 shirts. In that drawer you have 850,000 pairs of socks. They're all so tiny.
Wait, so how old was the actor here? Was he still? He's a kid here, or was
I think
he...
in real life here,
Yeah.
he was 34.
Really?
No, I don't know how old he was here, but all he was. By the way, he got 3 inches taller and fucking 80 pounds heavier when he was
Hey
older.
Siri, how old was Webster during the filming of Webster? Also, what is one of Big J's biggest fears? I'm on airplane
Nothing.
mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Webster moving in on fucking Mam's tit. By
Mam's
the way.
tits, yeah, exactly.
Any excuse to get a hug
went
from
back
Mam.
and forth, but
He's
both
like,
cheeks in there, cheeks.
He's like, ain't my mom.
Yeah.
Ma'am, contact the authorities, call the Center for Child Abuse, and bring in a therapist to talk to Webster
Comedian.
and his class about good, bad, and confusing touches.
There are some touches that are good touches.
Look at the
And
guest of
there are some
honor up
touch-
there.
Yeah.
Everyone let her know. Hey, she got touched bad.
Yeah. Why they were sectioned off? She's like, now.
You sit
I
up
mean,
here.
you already know this, so you know you could go on your phone or whatever you got to do. But this is what bad touch is.
She's got her hand over her, too. She's still bad touching.
I know.
She's, look at this
Leave me
victim. She'll
alone.
just take it.
And there are some touches that are just plain confusing. Sometimes a good touch can turn into a bad touch. And then you
Confusing.
start to think,
Yeah. Well, if
I'm
it
not
dries
sure I-
out. Jacob, I was saying, if it dries out, like a wet hand job feels great, but if it dries out, then the good touch becomes bad touch.
That's not.
Or confusing touch, because you're confused. Like, why won't she just re-wet it again?
Why would
Stop
she
trying to
rip
be
her
a
hand?
hero with this one gob.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what the girl's saying?
It applies.
Okay, it
I
applies.
think it applies.
It's really, it's interpretive.
anymore. Now,
She's
How
up
do you
there.
know for sure when a touch is really bad?
Yeah.
Future small wonder.
Wow.
That's right. Little Easter egg, by the
I
way.
knew it for a second. What a good ad. I was like, I recognize it. Future small wonder.
They made her a robot after she made fun of a girl for being molested by her
Yeah.
loud teacher.
Oh, really? You have no morals? We'll show you no morals.
Listen, you used a bit too much teeth today, sweetheart. Tomorrow, we're going to have to change that when we have actual sex. What a terrible molester.
Terrible. Also, can I say, these are the kids of Hollywood of the 80s. Half of them are getting molested in real life.
100%.
They're trying to be stars, which means you have to get molested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the next...
That's why the kids are good actors in this
We'll
episode.
let the rest of this roll.
Method acting.
Method acting. METHOD act.
different feeling inside. It's kind of a tingly little feeling that says, uh-oh. And that uh-oh feeling tells you something's wrong.
As the episode comes to an end, the National Child Abuse Hotline number
Why is
is
everyone holding her
displayed.
down always?
Yeah.
Is the episode a little cheesy? Maybe, but it was definitely informative. The therapist talking to the kids on their level at the end.
She's like,
was a
it's all
great
good now.
lesson for
Okay,
each-
guys, that's 1-800-4-A-CHILD. That means if you're looking to fuck,
By the way,
call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. It's a National Child Abuse Hotline.
That's a terrible thing for a hotline to be
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
I mean, you could accidentally dial that. You go, how would I order a child, you think?
Yeah, 1-800.
Well, let me just try 1-800 for a child.
Should we call it right now?
Do
I
you
like
think it
that.
still works?
Yeah, let's try it.
I like that
got it or
Webster.
should I? Hold on, here we go. Here we
Like,
go.
Call
ask
from
him-
the. Can you call from the our phone, Lou?
No, let Ari call from his phone.
Yeah, he's
I remember that
responsible
number.
this way.
I know I saw that number when I was a kid.
You thought about calling it on your parents?
1-800-422-4453. 1-800-4-A-CHILD.
For a child.
You have reached the Child Help National Child
Wow.
Yeah.
Pulse Quattro. If this is a life-threatening emergency,
It's never been
hang up
life-threatening.
and call
Uh,
911.
You should tell him, though, a girl got molested at Webster School.
For more information about the hotline, visit
But
Oh, you're on a list now, Ari.
I am on
Oh,
a list.
get off that list. Hang up.
before making a selection.
If you are currently being molested, press 1. If you are...
That's right. By the way, the emergency things must all be that. Like, it's like, if it's an emergency, press 1. Boop. And they go, leave a message after the time. He goes, oh my God.
Wrong number,
it's
wrong number. I was not looking for child. Wrong number, wrong number, wrong number. Sorry, bye. I was not looking for a child.
Nice.
Nice.
That's fine.
Good cover.
The good thing is, yeah, that threw
Illegal.
that threw him
That
off.
really threw him off.
All I do is call Brad for advice on how to not get arrested for, for making jokes.
Well, the next sitcom, Ari,
Yeah.
is a show called Silver Spoons that
Okay, I do remember what I believe is a very serious episode is when he, to impress a woman, he got a singer, a band to play at his birthday party. One of those singers, the lead singer, went on to become Macarena.
not Macarena.
Ricky Martin?
Ricky Martin. Yes.
Menudo.
He got Menudo to play. The chick was so impressed that she went off with Menudo, thereby showing Ricky that it's not about what he can garner to his place, but about who's hot or who's more exciting. That, to me, was a very special episode. Menudo.
And then he was gay.
Yeah, he was gay.
Turns out he was gay after all that.
The whole time.
Can I tell you a story I just remembered about this?
Sure.
So I'm in Israel. This is the kibbutz. Kibbutz Lavi.
Is this Menudo you're remembering something about?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Menudo's back, by the way. Just so you know. Actually, I don't think they never went away, but they went on America's Got Talent this year and got booted pretty quick because
Was Ricky
they're
Martin
fucking
there?
Menudo. No. There's never a reunion of Menudo.
Oh.
Because it's always they constantly just change
He
Menudo.
was just one of the members of Menudo. He was just in one iteration of Menudo.
He was in one iteration of Menudo
when they launched in the U.S.
Yep, and then he happened to be the one that launched in the U.S. Wow. But there's never been not a Menudo going, and there's currently one.
So I'm hitchhiking. We have to walk to the main road, hitchhike to the next town over. I'm going to try to get laid for the first time, trying to lose my virginity to someone I never did.
Is this birthright?
No, this is when I was
It
there
is your birthright to get laid eventually.
Yeah,
sure.
eventually, yeah. She did say, eat me out, and I bit her pussy.
Nice.
But that never went further than that. But anyway, we're in the back of a car. We're getting a ride to the bus station. I'm looking out the window on my side. He's looking out the window on his side. We're just thinking about stuff. I'm thinking about different strokes. And then I went from different strokes in my head to Silver Spoons. And I'm out the window just looking at the scenery pass by, and I start thinking about that episode of Silver Spoons. And I go like, oh yeah, you got that band. And I was like, I couldn't remember the name of the band. I still couldn't even today. You saw me struggle with it. And I was like, what is that band? I couldn't remember thinking about it. So I turned to my friend Avi Lerner, and I said, hey. And he's looking out his window the whole time. And he turns and goes, Menudo. And I was like, that's odd. And I went out back of my window and I thought, did I say anything? Were there any clues I was going there? Like, no, I started with different strokes. And I go, and I turned and I go, why'd you say Menudo? He goes, I don't know. What were you going to ask?
Wow.
That is weird. Is that real? Is that live?
That's
Are you
real.
lying?
That's
I absolutely believe that's real.
Yeah.
I've had moments like that.
I did the math. Could there be any tell of what I was thinking right now? There was none.
I have a weird
ESP.
You don't want to explain it away, but
yeah,
I thought of it even then.
These things happen.
You were in the Holy Land.
I was in the Holy Land.
Trying to get laid. The holy act. The holy act of getting laid and chewing on a girl's pussy.
Yeah. She screamed, ow. Threw up later. Whoops and rallied.
She threw up later. Silver Spoons, the show, is about a young man. I don't know if did his mom die or did she just ditch him? I forget that.
He's also adopted.
No, he's not adopted. He went to go live with his dad, who he didn't really know much, who's an eccentric
billionaire,
toy maker, millionaire, multi-millionaire.
But back then, that's a billionaire today.
It is a billionaire today. And his father, I believe,
had unlimited wealth.
And his father, though, was like definitely a billionaire and like didn't like his hippy dippy life.
He'd ride train cars through the house.
And the son, this was a big thing back in the day, like having a rough and tumble dad, having to deal with a fucking dork son. Over the top had that. That's what this show was. Dorky Ricky Stratton came in town. He's like ready to live like grandpa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wants to be like grandpa. He's the stuffed up kid.
And the dad is going, no, be
And the dad's like, no, man, come on. This is all fun, silly stuff. And Ricky Stratton was uptight. That was the point of the show. The very special episode of this one is, and I did remember this one at first.
Drugs?
Nope. It's a new kid, new friend.
Race.
Who starts coming to hang. No, he is Hispanic.
No, but
I think. But he is showing up every day to the house to play with Ricky with a new hospital-worthy injury. I guess his father's beating the shit out of him. But again, they're just so fast to just get through it in the sitcoms. It is funny and you'll see this in the little description.
Wrap
here.
it up in this episode. This life-changing thing. That is public, yeah.
But the life-changing
wrap it up.
But just to get it so the timing makes sense, it was like. Then the kid came over one day and was like, what do you mean, dude? Why can't we play with a scarf covering my face completely? Why? And he's like, pull the scarf. He goes, oh, it's because my face has been mangled by my father's fists.
He still sent me out to play like it's nothing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Every one of these molesters and beaters and abusers in these very special episodes, because it's sitcom format, 22 minutes, they got to get to it, man. There's no finessing their crimes whatsoever.
Let's say the Webster episode. There's never like 3 weeks later going, Hey, ma'am and sir, I'm still having trouble with this. I'm not. You know what I mean? You didn't just get it because of that one talk.
Cartoonishly move on, just like Simpsons cartoons. Someone can get burnt to beyond recognition one week, and the next week
Right
they're just back.
Yeah. I know. I said it, I'm glad I told, but like I'm having trouble sleeping.
Did they even have to move after the house fire? Did they change the set of the show?
They just like put all their money into like replacing it completely as is.
Yeah, because listen, we've already had to completely restore our home from adopting you.
Way to throw that one glass of water on the fire, you fucking dolt. Now let me tell you about oxygen and what it does to fire instead of water.
Then I blew on it a bunch, ma'am.
I used that big fanny thing.
So go show the Silver Spoons one.
These kids watching at home.
Spare
Whoa,
the
whoa.
rod.
Who's the
Erin Gray is the hottest. I
who's
beat
the
off
black
to her
dude?
so much. When
Oh,
she
Erin
Like
Gray
it was
Buck
Dexter.
Rogers.
Dexter was his
servant?
Was his no? It was like his lawyer that was always with him, hanging out.
Interesting.
In fact, that's how Alfonso Ribeiro ended up on Silver Spoons. That character was Dexter's nephew or son that was coming to live with him. No one ever took care of their own children in shows. Everybody was having to take care of someone else's children always. Or if it was black people, that's what was such a great thing about making those great families in like Family Matters and stuff. Like a big family being together and a husband, because it was really always like, hey, what do you mean? It's just our rich, beautiful family and these two piece of shit black kids that my maid fucking died and left in the street.
By the way, gorgeous house. I mean,
It's a castle.
what an estate that is.
Yeah.
That's an estate.
With the yard, a big hill behind.
For a guy and his son. And then Erin Gray from Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers, she was beat offable in Buck Rogers for sure.
Oh my God.
Arguably beat offable in here.
Yeah, I think here might be where I started beating off to. Was Buck Rogers after this?
Buck Rogers was before.
Because I remember being in this and I was like, it's the Buck Rogers lady.
I think Buck Rogers was before.
It was
before.
But no, it was before, but I believe I became familiar with Erin Gray from this and maybe went backwards on Buck Rogers.
I never watched the show. I always knew it was Colonel Wilma Deering.
That's from Buck Rogers?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you realized actors just get extra parts? When you're like, no, it's like it takes a second. We're like, no, you're in another thing.
Oh, hey, look, she didn't hold up at all. Oh, look at that! She just went all fell to shit.
Oh, look how hot she was.
There was an episode on Buck Rogers when there were space midgets.
Okay.
I have no understanding.
Space little people, Jacob.
But that's what they called it back then.
Yeah, of course.
I believe.
But by the way, if it's space midgets, it would only be midgets once they found out there was other life forms that weren't midgets.
That's true.
If they grew up on a planet.
That's fucked up.
I'm using
millions
the terms
of years of just evolution that made all of them that size.
But so they weren't called space midgets in the show.
I don't remember.
Because if they were, Ari, I wouldn't have even thought of that. That was a well thought out point, Ari. That
we're not space giants if we came across them.
Yeah, if there's no regulars, then what's a midget?
I cannot remember what
the
they were
midgets
called.
of their culture rise up and leave and get to space.
Oh, the midgets were the
They're like,
smartest.
yeah, we were the midgets where we were, so we left, and now we're still apparently midgets. I was about 6
So
feet.
now when people go, I'm not a midget, I'm a little person, I'm going to go, yeah, dude, midgets were like far more advanced than you. You wish you were a midget.
Yeah, no one was saying you're a midget.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to call you a midget. A midget, you wish. What do you go to MIT?
That's like, do we used to start with that?
You're a dwarf, you're a little person.
Yeah, people are like, you're a Jew. I'm like, you call me a Nobel Prize winner? Like, no, that's the best of you. Well, I'm a Nobel Prize winner? Like, no, you're not.
Oh, dude, it would be such a great topic to bring up with you again at all. Just your thoughts. Have you seen the Christopher Columbus probably Jewish pictures?
The before and after, Ari.
The before and afters? Or it's just,
what's before and after?
Well, before he looks like Jimmy Garoppolo on the
Before
on the
they
Santa
realized
Maria.
he was Jewish?
Before they said he was Jewish, when he was like just always thought of as like a Spaniard.
Spanish Jew, though. But they only heard about him. No one was really seeing him.
But they picked when everyone just, he's going for Spain, everyone that, or making him Italian and everything. He was every picture was, I said, like a fucking model, like a young Rob Lowe with long hair just flow. Yeah, that's always Columbus. And then they go, actually, he's Jewish. And then the the depiction they have of him now is like, oh God,
I know where the stars point
I
to.
can't be on a boat that long.
He looks like the most money-grubbing Fagin you've ever seen in your life.
My eczema.
Oh God, these sails aren't blocking any of the sun.
The salt water is terrible.
Can't get over this.
Oh my God, the before and after.
They made him.
Oh, he was Spanish? Oh no, he was Jewish.
They would make him gorgeous and everything.
Now he's a cave troll.
Pardon me. Do I have to wear all of these layers in here because it's pretty hot?
How long do I have to sit still for?
Well, if I was naming the boats, I wouldn't have went with those.
Wow.
I actually think
outfits
they're gonna,
better
I think they'll cancel Columbus Day and de-holiday it.
because of that. Because he's Jewish.
The Catholics don't want to celebrate this now. Native Americans can't stand him, and the Jews don't want him.
We'll tell you what.
We don't want the heat.
I'll tell you what though. On the low, he's fucking sliding in a little fucking East Coast though. East Coast is the Beast Coast.
What do you mean?
Oh, here, look on his thing.
You're right.
He's on the hand. He's giving you a little fucking Beast Coast fucking gang sign.
What do you think he's doing? East Coast of Spain?
No. He landed on the East Coast.
He landed on the East Coast. He started it. He goes, y'all don't know about this?
Yo.
Y'all in Spain ain't going to know about this for quite
Hello,
some time. But
I'm Columbus, and this is the East Coast. We'll call it the Beast Coast.
We didn't get Columbus Day off, but I know other
that's
companies
because you didn't get
did.
discovered by him.
Yeah, you idiot. You're East Coast.
Yeah, you're East Coast.
You were discovered by Tupac, I think, or Dr. Dre.
Yeah, one of those got there first.
Whoever put his flag there. A bear. I guess apparently a bear.
Greater Chinatown.
Well, I just want to finish the story of the space little people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Space midgets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
So their power was, there was like 20 of them that they found on a ship. I'm trying to remember. Last time I saw it was when I was a kid. But they had telepathy. They could will something if they thought it together.
Oh.
And so they had never seen a hot, tall woman like Colonel Wilma Deering before. And I remember them saying, she has bumps.
Really?
We must inspect them. And they all went in unison. Off, think, off, think, off, think, off, think. And then the buttons on her outfit started coming undone.
Dude,
I lost my shit.
I was going to say, you must have exploded.
I exploded. I called my friends. Are you watching this? And they all had.
Yo, you fucking seeing this right now?
To this day, we still say
How
that.
far did they get?
Off think.
I'm rooting for them.
Buck Rogers
I know,
came in. She was covering her
she was
titties,
naked.
as I remember.
It slowly came off, and then like it was going to come down.
And they started chanting like the accused guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck that pussy till it's sore.
I will never forget that. Off think. And then Buck came in, and that's the one time I hated him.
Oh, Buck.
Yeah.
Right
Even
before
though,
the good
I mean,
stuff.
it is,
no, look, he
it
did
is
the right
wrong.
thing.
They did the
he did the right thing.
I know, but
at the
Jacob,
time,
do you think we could get that going again?
Get that back off, think.
Let's try it on Lou right now.
So
The videos that I'm finding are unavailable.
Well, no one's doing that. Well, no one's, that's never going to work if no one
I
else
guess
is
that
doing it.
is molesty now. You can't air that.
Oh, you can't air a bunch
It's
of people
one
going
of
over
the
just
funny-
groping her fucking cans.
Can you find it on there?
Off.
This is
think.
video unavailable.
Oh,
Oh.
really? Yeah, that's one you should just sort of take down because you would be rooting for the. It's,
You know,
Yeah.
I know.
Because you're like, oh shit, Aaron Gray's about to. Well, because here's what it is. All right, so this is the problem with people getting mad at you, not being forever like, you know, crushed feeling by like scenes and things. Because at the end of the day, it's not a woman being attacked viciously on a pool table. It's a movie. It's Jodie Foster. like part of what you're whacking it to is that like, man, that guy. It's like Jodie Foster agreed to be in this movie and let some guy act like he's pounding her.
Right,
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like that's more like what the thing is of it, and it's certainly not the scene.
You found it.
She
found it.
Not only did she find it, dude, right around there.
They're surrounding her.
It's like, all right, guys, all right.
Man, she was just hot, huh? She was
Hot.
exactly that time hot.
God damn, she was.
Okay.
Her
here
belt
we go.
just
oh, by the
flew
way,
off.
and look, where her titties are moving around. Yeah.
She's very calm.
Off think.
She's
Go
very
Off
calm.
space
think.
midgets.
Off
Go
think.
space midgets. I like the noises playing up.
I'm going to say as an adult now, because I only know this as Kid Jacob thinking about this memory, is the first time I
It's
realized
frightening.
this was wrong.
No, but no.
Yeah, just now.
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
mean,
one of those things. You see it again 20 years later, you're like, oh shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
wrong, but what's really wrong
Yeah.
is that the person who was working on Buck Rogers was trying to find an excuse
To see her titties.
to see her. And I promise you, on set, when that thing popped open, her bra was showing a bunch, and she was just being completely objectified and humiliated. That's the hot
camera
part.
guys all waiting.
Not this fictitious space midget rape. That's hooey. Go show the Silver Spoon's very special episode. And then we'll take... Oh, should we take a break first? I'll take a break after this one.
Yeah.
Because after this, I'm flying blind.
Okay.
Remember Silver Spoons as having one of the greatest houses in sitcom history. A mansion filled with video arcade games and a train that ran right through the living room. But the show is about a kid named Ricky Stratton, played by Rick Schroeder, who goes to live with his wealthy, eccentric father that he never knew, who happened to own a toy company.
Why does he...
Silver Spoons had a few special episodes that tackled topics like teen pregnancy, drinking, and drugs. But in late season 2, they brought their very best with the episode titled Spare the Rod. It begins with Ricky's new friend Toby explaining that he broke his arm because he fell out of a tree when he was trying to save a cat.
Okay,
Cut
believable.
to Toby and Ricky playing ball in the house, and they cause Kate's birthday present to break. And Mr. Stratton yells at Ricky. This bums Ricky out, but Toby thinks that he got off easy. Then he suddenly opens up and tells Ricky that he's a victim of abuse at the hands of his father. Toby confesses that he didn't break his arm attempting to save a cat.
Now,
Instead,
pause it. I'll tell you this. Here's also the thing. And they casted this perfectly.
If you are in a time crunch...
Sorry.
They casted this perfectly.
What do you mean, cast his arm?
Yes, his arm is perfectly cast. No, they cast the character perfectly. Because I will tell you, every kid in school that I was pretty sure you would have guessed, like, oh, I bet this kid's got an abusive dad kicking his ass at home.
Yeah.
They looked like assholes, and a lot of times they themselves were assholes at school. Now, I know it's a thing, but when you're just at school with them, you can't, do you know what I mean? You're never going to get them like, hey, listen, Reggie, I'm not going to give you my juice, but can I take you out for a cup of coffee and we could sit down and really just like, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel you got to come to school every day? So it's always a kid, you're like, fuck Reggie. You know what I mean? So... They cast this kid. This kid doesn't look
lovable.
He does not look lovable at all.
No.
He looks like a kid where you're like, what, did you do something again, you dumb shit?
Yeah.
Why is your hair like that, you dumbass?
Fucking idiot, dumb idiot.
Get your own damn juice, Reggie. There, I finally said it. I finally said it.
Release it.
Dude, that
Release
was great.
it, buddy.
It felt good.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, man. Go, Christine. Bring up this kid's
injured
dumb
as a
face.
result of his dad's reaction to Toby
I
forgetting
wanna
to
punch
take
him.
out the trash. He then swears Ricky to secrecy, threatening to pull out his nose hairs one by one should Ricky ever tell anyone. And this leaves Ricky conflicted.
How are you going to do that with one arm?
But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you, leave him conflicted, but you are not going to be the lead of an 80s sitcom, apparently, if you are not a fucking narc to
Rat.
anything you
Rat.
promise.
Rat
you
when
say
it's
you're not
correct.
going to say. You have to be prepared to fucking just narc out immediately.
They are trying to tell kids, like, hey, don't narc, but do narc sometimes. You got to narc sometimes.
Yeah, they're
don't
like-
do that don't narc thing, whatever, it'll help somebody.
Yeah, I mean, always goes, all right, I
Blow
won't
that whistle.
tell.
Toby shows up at the Stratton house with a scarf covering his face.
But still
and
not
when Ricky pulls it off, it's revealed that Toby's face is covered with bruises. Toby tells a story about falling off of a fence, but Ricky calls him out, and the truth about Toby's dad is revealed. Toby is adamant that it's his fault, and he's a screw-up. So
It
his
is.
dad has to be tough on him so he
Yeah.
can learn how to behave.
Probably right.
Toby doesn't want his dad to get in trouble.
Toby right here
Mr.
should also go,
Stratton
by the way,
invites
Ricky,
him over for a
you're
chat.
getting those nose hairs taken out. Just because I got to deal with this right now, you're getting those nose hairs taken out. It's going to be a while, but it's going to happen, so be prepared.
I mean, when you least expect it.
Every one of them, one by one. You
I'm coming.
motherfucker. But
I'm
anyway,
coming
all right,
hot.
Mr. Stratton, what?
I'm coming in hot.
Mr. Stratton shares a story about a kid who was beaten to death by his dad.
My first child before Ricky came in. I swore I'd never be that serious again.
That's why your mother took you and ran from me until she died, and you were ultimately given back to me by the state.
Why did his father never know him? He seems like the perfect type that would want a child around.
I think he knocked some chick up. Christine, look at Wikipedia on
Eccentric
Silver Spoons.
father. There was never. He seems like he'd want it more than the mom.
Yeah,
He really takes to it.
and Ricky is just a complete he wants to be Richie Rich.
Yeah.
And the dad's like, no, man, be a fun, goofy kid.
And he goes, "What? I played basketball in the house one time. You got mad at me."
And he's like, well, Dad, if I'm not here budgeting the groceries, then who's going to do it? Let's see. It focused on wealthy playboy. Oh, that's interesting.
He's
Edward
fucking-
Stratton III. Well, he was fucking. I mean, he was fucking Aaron
Yeah.
Gray. And his relationship with his young son, Ricky, who was the product of a brief marriage between him and
there it
Ricky's
is.
mother. He was unaware that he'd had a son until Ricky comes to live with him at the outset of the series.
So they got divorced, but she was like 2 months pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
Or he still slid her one.
Oh, look at that. By the way, he crosses big lines here, too. By the way, this was never an issue in old sitcoms. That would be a total issue today, I think. And Aaron Gray as Edward's personal assistant and later love interest.
They wouldn't allow
he
that.
He abused his power.
Mm.
He used his position to garner
But by the way,
favor.
same thing happened to the nanny. She eventually falls in love with the guy. It was almost like a redemption, a plot line for women. Like, maybe I can get this fucking rich guy to kick it with me.
By the way, little information I forgot and don't even really remember, except for the picture they showed. Jason Bateman played his best friend for the first 2 seasons. I don't recall that because Jason Bateman for me
replaced by Alfonso Ribeiro.
And Jason Bateman, I'll tell you what, go back and prove me right if you want to go look it up. Go watch Valerie, and then the Harper or then the Hogan family. Watch Valerie and the Hogan family that had Jason Bateman as a young that kid.
What?
Always the funniest thing on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like even at that age, he definitely had like comedic like timing. Man, he was
Interesting.
good. Jason Bateman was always funny as shit.
Great
Man.
in everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying even as a kid, like when he was in that show, like I remember as a kid, like I still remember some lines that were just like his shit from those shows.
I loved him. Even when I found out he was like, fucking killing children.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
like, his stuff was great, though.
Well, I could separate
His
the
fame.
art from the artist. That is one thing about me.
Yeah.
One thing about me.
Kids
for
would
sure.
be like, beware the bait man.
The main stars were the dad,
bait was Candy,
Ricky, his attorney, and his business manager. That's who was
yeah,
always
that's
around.
who he
all
hangs
the
out.
time.
He's like every comic who becomes big.
Yeah,
all
your
their
entourage.
friends are like, what? Nobody from high school still?
You got it, champ. Let's go to the next sitcom. So that kid was getting beaten.
Okay, great.
Should we break?
We should break.
Oh yeah, we
now,
should
so-
break. I'm very, very sorry. I forgot. I'm having so much fun. I know we have to do commercials, everybody. We have Ari Shaffir hanging out with us today. Robert Kelly, possibly dead in the woods. Ari Shaffir is going to be on the farewell tour with dates coming up in Atlanta, Seattle, Calgary, Portland, Brea, Vancouver, Edmonton, Portland, Denver, and so much more. For tickets and all other tour dates, go to arishafir.com. Use promo code Ari.
Thank you.
For the pre-sale that starts today. Promo code Ari. Pre-sale starts today. And make sure you check out his new show, You Be Trippin', at
Jay's been on there.
youtube.com. I have. Has Bobby done it?
Bobby's not done it yet. We're meant to do one from Cuba.
Ooh, that's right. You guys are going to Cuba.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's available at youtube.com/@Ari Shaffir. Bobby Kelly, of course, is going to be at the American Comedy Company this weekend, everyone. Tomorrow. Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis. That is tomorrow through Saturday. After that, Point Pleasant and Dunhill, New Jersey, and Boston. You can catch Bobby every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. at the Fat Black Pussycat Lounge, the Comedy Cellar. For tickets and all tour dates, go to punchup.live/Robert Kelly. And I'm going to be coming up in Buffalo, Helium. I got Bricktown Comedy Club, Oklahoma City, coming to the Red Dog for those after meet and greets. After that, Austin, Texas, Mothership, Louisville, Kentucky, Houston, Texas, Philly coming home for Thanksgiving week, and also doing a Story Wars in Philly that Wednesday. Tickets should be going up for that very soon. For tickets and all other tour dates, bigjcomedy.com. We'll be right back. It's
Go Yankees, go George, go Gooch.
Go Gooch. It's the Bonfire.